Hello, my name is Dr. McKyla McIntyre, and I'm a physiatrist at Toronto Rehab. In recent times, there has been an increase in wearable and other technology to remotely monitor participants in telerehabilitation. In this video, we're going to talk about some of the current options for remote monitoring and some exciting new ones we're developing here at Toronto Rehab. We received strong feedback after our last version of the Telerehab toolkit that this was one of the most important topics you wanted to hear about. Technology is advancing rapidly in terms of our abilities to remotely monitor patients' vitals and other physiologic parameters. I'm going to start the video by talking about what we can do today with technology that is available to most rehab providers. Then we're going on a field trip to the Kite Research Institute at Toronto Rehab to look at emerging technologies in this area. First, let's talk about what typical rehab providers can do right now to monitor patients. It sounds simple, but there's so much information we can gather through observing the patient alone and asking how they're doing. As patients engage in therapy, we can visualize their level of exertion, rate of breathing, and facial expressions. We can also ask them how intense they feel the activity is by using the rate of perceived exertion scale. If the patient is able to access a heart rate or oxygen saturation monitor at home, you can ask them to turn the monitor to the webcam so you can visualize the readings during the telerehab session. There are some heart rate monitors, such as the Polar monitor, that can transmit data real-time to a therapist. The issue is they may not be compliant with the health privacy laws in your jurisdiction, so you want to ensure that you only use this with your patient's consent. We can also monitor patients asynchronously, which means the patient is doing the therapeutic activity at a different time from when you are receiving the monitoring results. For example, there are lots of heart rate and activity trackers on the market, such as Fitbit or Apple Watch, where a patient can send you printouts from their devices. If you are interested in your patient's overall activity level, there are some other low-tech options like pedometers or step counters on cell phones. Now we're going to head up to Kite Research Institute to talk to Dr. Atena Roshan-Feker, affiliate scientist at the Kite Research Institute at the University Health Network and assistant professor at the University of Toronto. Hi, Dr. Roshan-Feker. What are you working on here?
We are designing a telerehabilitation platform which patients are able to use at their homes without traveling to rehab centers. This platform consists of a single depth or LiDAR camera in front of the patient while performing the exercises. We capture the body movement features and characteristics and then use these features to calculate the range of motion, angular velocity, and acceleration of different joints of the body. This information will be provided to the health provider for evaluation purposes. In addition, this platform is going to be used as a guide for patients during their recovery and treatment process. Each patient will need to perform sets of exercises on a daily basis, and it's very important to perform those correctly since otherwise it might have adverse effects on their body. This platform will use artificial intelligence to provide feedback to the patients and will inform them if they perform the exercise in a correct or incorrect way. Then the system will provide some recommendations on how to refine their movements to reach the correct movement pattern. We have also a plan to add a feature to the platform to send a daily report to the doctor so that they can review and modify their plan of care remotely if required. I'm also leading a program with Dr. Jeff Fernie, which is called PATH, which stands for Program to Accelerate Technologies for Home Care. This is a nationwide program where we are collaborating with experts from the universities of Ottawa, Waterloo, and Edmonton. The main goal of this program is to enable seniors to age well in their own homes and to be more independent from their family members or caregivers. We are connecting different types of smart home and home health devices into a single global platform and are combining data from these different resources to decrease the number of false alarms of the currently available remote monitoring systems and to improve accuracy. We are collaborating with a smart home company in Toronto called Smart One, who is strongly supporting this program in addition to Age Well. In PATH, we are defining different project themes, such as vital sign monitoring, nutrition monitoring, activity monitoring, and adverse event detection, such as falls. One of our sub-projects is to monitor the patient's body position during sleep. This project will help to prevent pressure ulcers and sudden unexpected death in patients with epilepsy. As you can see here, we are using a smart bedsheet to collect the pressure data in the form of a heat map of the body on a sheet and are using artificial intelligence to detect these positions. As a very preliminary result, we were able to detect the 3 main positions with almost 100% accuracy using an open source dataset. Here, we aim to collect data in more realistic free-living scenarios where people use pillows, blankets, and different clothing during sleep to see if we can perform transfer learning to create an accurate model.
Thanks very much to Dr. Roshan Fecker for showing us both of these projects, which highlight the potential for remote monitoring and telerehabilitation in the future. We hope that you found this video helpful.